Christiaan Huygens, the Timekeeper of the Universe, 1629 to 1695. The pendulum swung, tick tock, steady as a heartbeat. In that rhythm, Christiaan Huygens heard not just time, but the pulse of the cosmos. Born in 1629 in The Hague, in the Dutch Republic's golden century, Huygens was destined to live at the intersection of art, science, and reason. His father, Constantijn Huygens, was a poet and friend of Rembrandt and Descartes. His home was filled with ideas, instruments, and curiosity, a perfect cradle for genius. As a young man, Christiaan studied mathematics, physics, and astronomy. He was fascinated by motion, how objects fell, how planets moved, how light traveled. To him, the universe was not chaos, but a clockwork of perfect design. At the age of 26, he built something that would change the way humanity measured existence, the pendulum clock. Before Huygens, clocks drifted and faltered. Sailors could not calculate longitude. Astronomers could not measure the heavens precisely. But Huygens' invention, a swinging weight that governed time with mathematical precision, made the world measurable. For the first time, man could synchronize his heartbeat with the universe's rhythm. He wrote, "The motion of the pendulum is the most perfect of all." But his mind never rested. In 1655, peering through a telescope he had refined himself, Huygens gazed at Saturn, the distant jewel of the night sky. Others had seen its strange ears, unsure what they were. Huygens solved the mystery. "They are rings," he wrote, "thin, flat, and not touching the planet." And orbiting that planet, he discovered something no one had seen before, a moon. He named it Titan. In an age when telescopes were still crude, this was almost miraculous. But for Huygens, the beauty lay not in wonder, but in order. He believed the universe operated by laws, not miracles, not divine whims, but laws that human reason could uncover. He studied light, proposing that it moved not as particles, but as waves spreading through an invisible medium, a revolutionary idea that would later inspire Young, Fresnel, and even Einstein centuries later. In 1673, he published Horologium Oscillatorium, a masterpiece of physics and mathematics that described the laws of motion long before Newton's Principia. He defined centrifugal force, the curvature of pendulum arcs, and the precise geometry of time. He saw the universe as a vast clock, built not by man, but by nature itself. "The world," he wrote, "is like a watch, and God its master watchmaker." Huygens was not a man of ambition or courtly vanity. He lived simply, surrounded by instruments, lenses, and equations. But his ideas traveled farther than he ever could, from his study in The Hague to the observatories of Paris, where he worked under the patronage of Louis XIV, the Sun King. Yet as the candle of his life dimmed, he turned from equations to questions. What lay beyond the stars? Was life scattered among the infinite worlds he had glimpsed through glass? He wrote, "The universe is so vast, and the possibilities so great, that I cannot believe we are alone." When he died in 1695, his pendulum clock still swung across Europe, on ships, in towers, in homes, keeping time for a world that had learned, from him, that time itself was the measure of truth. Christiaan Huygens did not just count the seconds. He gave rhythm to the universe, and harmony to the human mind.